Musky can be some of the hardest fish to catch. Today, I will be casting giant lures in hopes to catching some of these fish. Many people target these fish for the challenge they present to you of being extremely picky to get to bite. You have to throw the right lure in the right place at the right time in front of the right fish. In this video, I'll be breaking down the techniques I use to catch some of these elusive creatures.
I got another one! Let's go! I have been messing up my cadence, switching it up, trying different things. I've been pausing it, jerking it, doing a straight retrieve, burning it a little bit, slow rolling it, bumping into the bottom. Bunch of rocks through here. We did get out of here when it was still dark outside. Got out here around 6:45 or so 20 minutes or so before sunrise. Fished all morning. Made our way down the river, just fishing different spots. Seemed to get into a pretty good little area right here and a smaller stretch of the river. I mean, there's little pools right here, but there's a ton of rock, but I can definitely feel my bait diving, running into the bottom, the sand and the rocks, whatnot. My goal, my personal goal, is to break 40 inches eventually, and if you put in the work and do enough of this fishing, it's definitely doable. Got one! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Musky! Let's go! Let's go! Yes, sir! Let's go. I'm recording. I got one. Let's go. Dude, he came off right here in this bank. Right off this laydown right here. I did not set the hook very hard at first because I thought I was just hitting bottom. I mean, I was hitting bottom, but dude, he freaking choked it. Let's go. Look at that bait. Man, that backdrop luck is gone. Dude, he freaking choked that bait. That's like a 9-inch crankbait too. Dude, that took like 5 minutes in this new spot right here. Cast around a little bit right there, washed around it here. Probably like second or third cast right here on this bank, and this fish ate it. We finally got it, man. It's, I believe, about 9:30, so we've been fishing for 2.5 hours. We got fish number one, and it's not a bad fish at all. Last time I was here, I caught one that was about the same size, maybe an inch smaller, I'm not too sure, but much prettier, much thicker, much healthier looking fish. I'll gladly take it. What an awesome catch. And this is my 4th muskie ever. I believe it's my 2nd biggest, just a hair bigger than the last one. Let's go. That's a pretty fish. Hey, look at his tail too. Caught that fish right on the bank, some pretty shallow water. Beauty. I also went ahead and got a new net, an actual musky net, the musky / big pike net, something with more room, a little bit easier to get the fish in safely, and as you can see, a lot more room for the fish to swim around. Perfect way to break this net in. Just an awesome fish. The colors on this fish pops a little bit more than the last one, don't it? It's a beautiful fish. A little bit thicker too, a little meatier, better to see it. Let's go ahead and let this fish go now. You're free, bud. Cruising off. Out of my little musky bait collection here, this box, started off the day throwing this bright colored jointed crankbait. Nothing. Switched to this Death Raider in a perch color. No luck on that either. Fished for probably 2.5 hours. Decided to go to a new spot just downriver, and I was casting along this little tiny pool right here where this big laydown and all these rocks are. I can feel my bait digging into the water because it is pretty dang shallow, and I did not realize when that fish first ate it, so I didn't really get a good hook set, but it was still enough because that fish choked that bait. It was halfway gone. Switched to this color. I don't know, I just wanted to try something a little more subtle. Black, silver, more of a basic shad color, still with that jointed crankbait, and that fish really wanted it. That's awesome.
only dives down to probably a couple feet. The rod and reel, this is an 8.6 heavy, and the reel is a 300 size diver reel and a 7:1 gear ratio. My only musky setup, because if you guys know, musky fishing is pretty dang expensive. So this is my one rod and reel setup for these fish. Good enough to do pretty much anything I want for these fish. With the cold weather, it being December at the end of the year, decided to go with some crankbaits. Paid off fish number one. There are fish in here a lot bigger than that one, so hopefully we can get one in a 40-inch range. That would be my absolute goal of this trip. This whole year, I've been trying to get one close to 40 inches, and the first one I caught in the spring was 39, so I've gotten really, really close, just not all the way there yet, but the fish are definitely in here, so let's just get back to casting. Let's freaking go. Mission accomplished. Came here for one muskie, and we got it done. Now let's just ask for one more fish. I'm not going to be too upset if we don't get another, because one muskie is pretty dang good. Let's freaking go. I do not do this fishing very much at all, so I mean, I don't really care. I'm not too picky about size, but I'm glad to finally break my new net in. This is the first day I took it out to use, and it feels good to get some slime in the net. And I'm not really sure if I was working this bait by jerking it and pausing it, or if I was just doing a straight retrieve and that fish ate. I think I was just reeling it in, but right here, this little pool right here, bunch of rocks and this little lay down right here, this dead tree, this deadfall, I can feel my bait digging into the bottom, and that fish was just chilling down there. Let's go. I got another one. Let's go. Oh my God. Let's go. I got two muskies. Two muskies. Let's go. Dude, it is 10 o'clock, 9:56. Fished for a couple hours. Nothing. Here in the past 30 minutes, got two muskies. I mean, they're not giants by any means, but heck, to me, dude, I'd never musky fish. I only really started getting into it this past year, and let's go. That's two back to back. Two most ever in one day for me. That fish was barely hooked too. I knew he got that last treble hook right just on the inside of his inner lip. Let's go. There we go. He's off just like that. Dude, two muskies back to back. Let's go. Both on that same bait, that crankbait, just a shad color. Let's go. Man, that fish right there, he only had this back treble in there. Can't believe it. Caught two muskies back to back. This one was only maybe a dozen casts after this last fish. Getting my stuff all fixed up and back to fishing. Caught one pretty fast. Couple hours, nothing. Here in the past 30 minutes, two muskies. This one, as you can see, the colors are a little bit more dull. I think he's an inch smaller. Would you say about 29 inches? But that's still, nonetheless, a beautiful catch with them teeth. This guy right here was not hooked as good, but I will freaking take it. Look at the eyeballs, the pupils, that orange. Just crazy fish, man. Fish number two, going back. Awesome catch. There it goes. Let's freaking go. I'm so happy and grateful to catch not one, but two muskie, both on the same lure, same technique, just reeling it at a moderate pace, bumping into the bottom, fishing some pretty shallow water,
Man, both on that crankbait. I figured this would be a good lure choice with the conditions. It is pretty cold outside. Late December, the year is just about over. 2024 is around the corner. It's kind of weird to say, but it's true. We are catching muskies out here. That was another goal of mine, to catch more than one muskie in one day. We got that done. Now we just need to catch one bigger, as they were both around the same size, 29, 30 inches. The first one was 30 and a quarter, and that last one was roughly 29 inches. So two pretty much about the same size, but that first one, the colors on it popped way more than that previous fish. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit, and it is cold in the low 40s. It was around upper 30s, 40 degrees when I first got out here, but gonna head out of here pretty soon. Gonna give it just a little bit longer, hopefully try to catch at least one more fish before we head out, but if we don't, I cannot complain whatsoever. It's been a pretty awesome morning for me. Yeah, I do not musky fish very much, so I mean, I'll take anything I can get, but man, it's just awesome. So happy to get some fish. The drive out here was worth it, and I had a feeling with this colder weather that I probably would have had at least some type of action, whether I caught one or had a follow or a bite or something. Sure enough, 2 fish. Pretty good day.